Welcome to Fast Applications of Neuropracticity, Part 5, Performance to Learning. In transitioning performance to learning, what we know is that we need to give learners, students, patients, customers, clients, athletes, an opportunity to experience some delay between the learning experience, the repetitions, the exposure, to another exposure of the same, or a retention test, another opportunity to translate and show some consolidation or some integration of the learning. So we need a delay, but we also need some degree of variability as the learning progresses so that they're not practicing the same exact repetition over and over again. Variability is beneficial so that we have changes in context and also in content. In addition, we need a degree of specificity so that what we're practicing mirrors or is similar to what needs to be translated or functioning out away from the practice environment. In addition, as we all know, we need repetitions. Now, what we don't know perfectly, or we don't know completely regarding learning would be the role and responsibilities of how much error to introduce. How frequently does this person, individual with a degree of individuality and personality, need to be successful? Some people can thrive with only being successful 1 out of every 10 repetitions, and other individuals in different contexts may need to feel successful 9 out of 10 times in order that they continue to thrive and attempt to progress and improve. We additionally don't perfectly know how and when and how much to introduce distractions. We know that there appears to be a global benefit of a dual task overlay so that an individual spends less of their intentional cognitive attention, if you will, and so that they have a degree of automaticity and automation or procedural nature of the learning that is forced. Now, obviously, that conversation is largely dependent on whether we're learning fact-based information or movement-based information to some degree. Again, keeping it brief. And the final thing is we don't appear to know precisely what degree of active participation we need from the learner, but we all must agree that having this at a maximal level is beneficial, and therein we consider all the rest of the topics of the FAN module series in terms of gamification, external focus, and etc. Now, the takeaway here. Practical suggestions are very important. We already know we need a delay between exposure and retention or the next series of exposure/repetitions. Variability, specificity, and we know we need repetitions. We also added on that we need to individualize the frequency of error that is tolerable for this person and a degree of autonomy here. How frequent will you permit us to challenge you and experience trials that don't include success, that you feel like you failed? How frequently can you tolerate that? That's okay to have an open conversation so you have a degree of autonomy. The second thing is, let's make certain that we're giving our patients and customers an opportunity to know that when we're going to distract them, we're giving them some notice. Hey, this is going to be a little bit more challenging. I'm going to try to distract you here. So having some notice on that with the expectation that I should not expect to do as well because you are loading me with distraction is another takeaway. Third takeaway here. The degree of active participation may be potentiated, improved, and enhanced by asking the learner to start with consistently giving themselves feedback. So that means when a task has completed, rather than the therapist, coach, trainer giving feedback, let's ask for feedback first from the learner themselves. Okay, I want to thank you again for watching. Remember, future FAN episodes will be released first on Instagram at Mike Studer DPT. You'll also find them on YouTube, and you may be watching this right now on LinkedIn. Thanks again. My name is Mike Studer, your host of FAN.